Hi, it's Darno at Wheel of Recipes, and today I'm going to be making some oat flour waffles using the Ninja Smart Double Oven. And we'll see how it does, while you also get to see how to make waffles using a pretty good alternative flour recipe. And let's get cooking right now. So of course the first ingredient we need in oat flour waffles is oat flour, and basically I just take whole organic oats and I grind them up in a food chopper to make my oat flour. You can buy oat flour separately if you choose to do so, but I just basically chop it up from whole oats personally. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So now I'll go over the full slate of ingredients. I've got the oat flour from the oats I chopped up. I do want to make clear this is not from oatmeal. This is from whole organic oats that were chopped up. I have no guidance for anyone who wants to use oatmeal, so I can't speak to that. I have a quarter teaspoon of sea salt. I have a tablespoon of granulated sweetener. This is the urethral monk fruit blend, but use the granulated sweetener your choice. I've got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now for the wet ingredients, I've got a teaspoon of vanilla extract, I've got a half a cup of water, and I've got 2 large eggs. I've got my waffle mold back here sprayed with extra light olive oil. I'm going to go ahead and get the dry ingredients in that bowl, the wet ingredients mixed up in this bowl here. Alright, so I've got the wet stuff in the wet bowl, the dry stuff in the dry bowl. I'm going to start mixing my waffle batter together, getting the wet into the dry bowl and then into the waffle mold. I want to point out something. I've got the rack here, and I'm going to take the rack once things are preheated and put it on the middle rack of the lower oven. And the reason why I'm doing that is because trying to do like a bake up top with something that might spill over, there's no drip pan in this cooker. So if something spills over on this top oven, it'd be a real mess to try and clean up. The lower oven has a drip pan, so anything that spills over be easier to clean. And trying to get this rack into the lower rack level would be harder to do, so that's why I'm just going to put it in the middle. But I'm going to go ahead and get the cooker turned on and start preheating. It does like a 3-minute preheat, so I'm hitting the bottom oven. I'm going to leave it on convection bake, and for the temperature I'm going to leave that at 350 for time. I'm going to up it to about 20. I'm probably going to need less than 20, but just have an even amount to count down from. But usually when things start getting brown, light brown all over, I'd say, is usually when I stop and assume that things are pretty well cooked all over. So I'm going to go ahead and get this preheat started and just get this batter mixed together and get it into the mold. So the preheat always takes 3 minutes. It's if you've seen the initial review, you know it's not going to be fully up to temp necessarily, but you can check out the full review of the cooker here on this channel, and there's tons of reviews of all different types of cookers. Literally, like probably over 800 videos now here on this channel that you can check out of different cooks and reviews and all types of recipes and things. So a lot here to enjoy, but we've got our waffle batter made. I'm going to just go ahead and pour it into the mold, and once I've got it all into the mold and the preheat's done, we'll get it on in. Alright, preheat's done. I'm going to pause so that I can have time to get things in, because the door does not pause when opening up. So sliding things on in here on this middle rack level and close up. I'm going to let things cook for a while, and I'll bring you on back when things look like they're getting done. I guess I'll turn the cooker a little bit more towards you so you can see it counting down there a little better, a little easier. But I'll bring you on back when things look like they're done. So I ended up letting these go the full 20 minutes because things weren't getting like really brown or anything. Like it was going to get overcooked by going the full 20. And I didn't open up and do anything. I just let them go like you saw me put them in the full 20 minutes. So here they are completed. We see they've got a nice brown over them. And you see that overall they're even. I don't see like a lot more brownness in the back than in the front or on one side versus the other side. I mean, maybe this side's a little browner than that side, and we do have the heating elements over on this side that maybe just got a little brown over here than over there. But overall, I'd say this is a fairly even cook. I'm going to put them over here on this rack that I'm just going to use for letting things set and cool down a little bit. And sometimes people ask where I got the rack. This is just a rack from an old New Wave oven, and so it's just an old rack I had that I just used. So I'm just going to let them cool down for just a little bit, and then I'll bring you back and we'll flip them out onto a plate. So I gave things a little time to cool down, got the light turned on so you can see better. I'm going to go ahead and flip a couple waffles out onto a plate here so that you can see the final product. They're coming out of the molds pretty easy and good. So we see our finished product looks pretty nice. You can tell me what you think about the look of those, but we'll go ahead and do a taste test now. So thank God for these waffles, and I'm going to taste them plain. I don't want to taste syrup, I don't want to taste fruit and other condiments. I want to taste the oat flour waffle. And so let's go ahead and taste. I do put on like syrup and condiments later, but for this taste test, I'm only doing the thing that I cook so that you know exactly how it tastes. Okay, tastes good. It's a crisp waffle, and so it's a pretty good crisp waffle is what comes out. Oats do, I guess, absorb a bit of water. I probably could have had a little sip of water after that. So, you know, have a little water handy because oats soak in water. But anyway, tastes good, crisp waffle. You can dress it up however you like. And basically, you can make oat flour waffles. You don't have to use white flour, wheat flour, whatever. You can use alternative flours to make waffles and other things. And so I just hope that this helps to give you some inspired ideas to, you know, branch out and try some different things. And so in this video, nothing was sponsored and nobody gave me anything to make this video or any product. So basically in the video description are lots of ways to help the channel, such as my cookbook, merch, membership, donations, link to the Amazon shop. You pay the same price, help this channel. And you can also always check out my blog, superwaveovenrecipes.com. And with all of that said, if you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon, and good eating.